Saurabh Kingshuk,
Yeah.
welcome back to the Sledging Room. Bright Monday morning after India kind of outplayed, decimated, whatever you want to call it, Bangladesh in the first test in Chennai. I saw a comment on our podcast from last week. We've been asking our viewers and listeners to send in their feedback, and one of the feedback was very interesting.
Okay.
They said, don't take home dominance for granted.
Yes.
It has to be worked hard.
Yeah.
And that person also said, you guys will regret what you said last week. It's kind of very aptly put. Like, home dominance is taken for granted, especially when it comes to India. When England win their home tests, I'm not just comparing, I'm not taking pot shots at anyone. But when overseas teams win their home tests, it's being celebrated. But when it comes to India, it's like, oh, you guys have won another test at home. Why is it? As in, like, our India, as in, is it fair to say that, okay, India, they will win at home, so it's kind of given? There's a lot of hard work behind that, right? And we saw very well in the Chennai test that the pitch was not the rank turner that we often see in India. It was a sporting wicket, as they call it. Although we have discussed so many times in the past in the Sledging Room that rank turners are also sporting wickets. It is the same for both the teams. This guy might not agree with that.
Yeah.
agree
This
to
guy
that
might
at
not
all.
agree with a lot of things.
But this is also the second straight series where we have seen wickets that are conducive to fast bowling, spin bowling and batters, right? And that's essentially what a sporting wicket is. You don't, heavy up on one particular aspect, either batting, fast bowling or spin bowling.
Yeah. But when Anderson swings it under the clouds in London, Kingshuk will be like, oh, what a legendary bowler.
That is just for my fast bowling fandom coming in. But you started off with that only, that when England win home tests, then oh wow, how good is that?
Yeah.
When India do, it doesn't. That's a praise for India, isn't it? Because they have made it look so simple for so many years now. The last home series loss came in 2012 against England. And after that, how many tests have we lost? 3, 4 over a period of 12 years. But England find a way of losing a test match every single series.
Oh, even after baseball.
Especially after baseball.
Okay.
Especially after baseball.
I thought when
everybody wants entertainment now. Even if
so you don't want
Harry
to
Brook loses an ODI match, he's like, no, we
No,
came
you
here
don't
for
want to win
entertainment.
matches. You don't want to win trophies. You
You
want
want
to
to
entertain the crowd.
Yeah.
That is it.
Entertainment
Cricket
ke
is
liye
just
kuch
an
bhi
entertainment.
karega.
Of course.
Okay.
But
They have taken win or loss out of the equation now.
But that is
Just
the
playing-
point. That is the point. That they need to celebrate those wins because it doesn't come naturally to them.
Yeah.
For us, it's gone to a point where we kind of hit an autopilot button and it happens. Our top order has gone out. Jadeja and Ashwin are there to bail us out. The pitch seems a little easy to bat on. Fine. We have Bumrah with the old ball. If everything fails, there is one Shubman Gill in the second innings, one Yashasvi Jaiswal opening, and things get done. Like the feedback says, let's not take it for granted because we might struggle later on. But taking it for granted is possibly the highest praise that we can have for this Indian test team.
So what were you thinking? As in, you were looking up a lot of stats before coming into the
Yeah.
podcast room.
So
Yeah.
as we both were discussing before the podcast, India's first test win. India played their first test match in 1932. Their first test win came 20 years later in 1952. The 50th test win came in 1994. The 100th test win came in 2009. The 150th test win came in 2018. And it has been like how many? 85, 90 years. Now India's win ratio has gone over the loss ratio. So now we have won 179 tests and lost 178 tests.
For the first time it has happened in Indian
And
test cricket, right?
It took us like 85, 90 years. And in that 95 years, if you look at the overall period, since 1994 or since 2009 to be very fair, we have won 79 test matches since 2009 in 16 years. Before that, we waited for like 65, 75 years for 100 test matches.
So that period of 50 test wins keeps getting reduced every time that jump happens.
And as Kingshuk said, that our last home test series loss came in 2012. So this record has bettered because of our home record. Because we are unbeatable at home. It has been like more than 4,000 days.
Yeah.
The second best team, I think, who is that? South Africa or Australia? I think 2,000 days they had this run. So India's
Must be Australia.
Nah, I think Pakistan, when they didn't play at home, they also must have been
6
unbeaten,
years.
right?
Yeah.
oh
Can
yeah,
you
when
challenge
they did
that
not
record?
play.
That
So
was a
obviously,
very uncalled for dig, but yeah.
so this Indian team right now, and you know what? When you say that we have taken for granted,
Yeah.
it has not come easy.
Hmm.
Turn of the century, we saw Saurav Ganguly become our test captain.
Hmm.
He brought a culture with him. Then we saw MS Dhoni taking over. He carried forward that thing with his own ideas. Then the greatest test captain in India's history, if I might say that, Virat Kohli took over, and he made sure that we have that pool of pacers.
Yeah.
Because we earlier used to rely on our spinners to win us matches. Kumble was a match winner. We never thought that Javagasnath is our match winner. Now we see that our pacers are winning us test matches in India.
Yeah.
And Kohli himself only has won like 50 test matches, hasn't he? As a
So
captain?
when you say that now in the last two series we have sporting wickets, it's because Virat Kohli and this pace battery lineup that we can afford to have this home sporting wickets, because we know that our pacers will get us victories. Earlier we had just spinners. We had the likes of Zahir Khan, Umesh Yadav, Shantakumar Srishant came in for some time, but they could not win us matches. They produced
Consistently,
those,
yes, yeah.
They could produce this moment of brilliances where they could change the test match outcomes, but they could not win you matches and series. But now this pool of pace battery. So you got Bumrah, Ishant Sharma was there, Umesh Yadav, Mohammad Shami, Siraj, Akashdeep is coming in, Mukesh Kumar is coming in. They're talking about a certain Yash Dayal, Ashdeep Singh. So this pace battery has ensured that you win matches. And more than that, your lower order batting. Because your top order has not been scoring runs, and the lower order comes in and bails you out every time. Every time in last 5 years. That's what I have seen.
And it's also just not Virat Kohli actually. So to think of it, number one, it's a ballsy move to make sporting wickets at home. Everybody would have won if they were to make their own kind of wickets. New Zealand give you grass. England bring clouds by
Bring clouds.
seeding in the stand. Whatever it is.
As if they control the weather.
Yeah, right. So, and India, it would have been so much easier to make a rank turner, which we often did. I remember that Bangalore test, the one that Shreyas Iyer bailed us out of some 92 or something runs. The ball just did whatever it wanted to. Virat Kohli.
I think the 2016-15 South Africa
Oh
series
my
was
God. How can I
kind of
forget that?
literally unplayable wickets for.
But that's the thing, that we could have won every single test matches by producing those wickets. Two factors here, obviously. One, that it's a ballsy move from BCCI to do that, to show that, we're not prepping rank turners anymore, but you still won't be able to beat us. And the second thing, obviously, one facet of it is that Indian batters against spin aren't as good as they were anymore. There is no way of looking around it.
Yeah, imagine having a Sehwag, Sachin and Ganguly in the top order, and then this bowling attack.
Ganguly wasn't in the top order in
Yeah,
test.
as in middle order.
Ganguly
Middle
was
order.
a
Number
lower
six,
middle order
number
batter. He
seven.
batted at number 6.
Yeah. But yes, the proficiency of those batters who can play spin. But what I'm saying is,
Yeah.
it's okay to produce those ranked. If you look at it,
Okay.
why did we start winning in England and Australia? When we produced those pacers, we worked hard. Australia, the first test series win in Australia came in 2019-20, right? 2018-19.
Yes.
So that we had to wait that long. And why? Because we had to produce pacers. So why are the overseas teams not having good enough spinners? When you know that there is a subcontinent tour, see, New Zealand have stacked 3 spinners and come to subcontinent now. When Australia come here, they have Nathan Lyon and one season wonder.
One or two one season wonders.
O'Keefe,
Every time.
Kuhneman. We have seen so many
Todd
spinners.
Murphy, yeah.
Todd Murphy picking them out and coming here, but still not being able to do the job. So, like whatever we have been speaking, it's very, very, very unfortunate that India's home dominance gets written off so easily at times. Like, okay, what is their even when we look at records of players, we like, okay, what has he done in Sena? Why do you have to go there? When you're playing on a particular pitch, it's going to be the same for both teams. You have to be better equipped to prepare and come here if you want to beat. That's when I want to bring in Ashwin and Jadeja. We often overlook, right? Our own man, Kingshuk. When you talk about all-rounders, when you talk about match winners, why don't we rate them enough? Why do we still have question marks around Ashwin's greatness? Why do we still have question marks around Ravindra Jadeja's greatness is my question here.
Who is questioning them?
Who
a
is
lot
questioning?
of people.
No,
Okay,
right
what
now
has
who
he
is
done in Sena? A couple of days before, when I was editing a piece, it was written
Questions.
that questions
Who
over
wrote
his
that
team.
piece?
No, I'm not going to reveal all
Questions.
that.
What was
here.
the piece?
Questions should always exist.
Huh.
Okay,
But
about-
okay.
to start off, to
When we
to-
question
no,
Ben
to-
Stokes'
no, of course,
credentials.
Ben Stokes has to be questioned. What is he doing? I think I don't agree to the point that you made that the overseas teams don't have good spinners. I think they have great spinners.
Okay, then why are they not beating India in India?
Yeah, because I think the rest of the teams in Test cricket just aren't mentally as strong as us.
No, why? Then why do you keep harping about, okay, why India are producing this, India are producing this? The moment you come here, pitch question starts. Thankfully,
And that
the
is what
subcontinent-
BCCI have stopped then.
No,
That is
why
what I'm
should-
saying.
No, even if I give you a rank turner, you don't crib about it. Rohit Sharma beautifully explained which other
This
team,
is
which
after
other
that
country,
South Africa Test match.
England test match earlier this year, which other country has rotating test venues? When you go to Australia, you know you're going to
fixed
play in
5
Melbourne,
places you
you're
play.
going to play in Sydney, you know the pitch, you know how it's going to work. You bring historical data to say that, okay, 20 years ago there was this much lateral movement. 10 years ago there is this much
else would
lateral
you
movement.
like to play in Australia?
No, I'm saying, why don't...
Like a
I am
country
saying
like
that's
India
fine.
has the riches to have.
Absolutely.
X
Australia
number
don't
of-
have those number of venues you're saying. Is
no,
that what
they
you're saying?
don't. They don't.
They have a county.
They don't.
England have a county team. Every
They
county
do, they
team has
do.
a stadium.
They do, but
Australia,
yeah, yeah.
every state association has a stadium.
Correct.
But they choose to play in fixed venues for commercial reasons.
Exactly.
Don't say that they don't have
Exactly,
venues.
exactly.
They do have venues.
But you won't obviously go to play to Hobart, nah.
if you want, you can.
Like England do play in Hobart.
if you want,
but we
when,
don't.
when Tim Payne can proudly say, oh, when you come to Gaba, you won't be able to beat us. When you come to Gaba, you
And we
won't be
did
able to
that.
beat us.
And we did that.
That's what I'm saying. They know that historically, an opposition will be very weak facing them there. You strategically play your fourth test there. When India go to Australia this time, you're going to play in Perth. You know how the wicket is going to play.
But
But
that's
India
Optus
still
though.
don't have
That's
it.
Optus though.
No, India still don't have it. I'm saying India have a rotating venue. People have called for fixed venues in the past. And Rohit Sharma explained that for us itself, getting to know about the nature of a pitch takes time. It's not like we know the nature of the pitch from the back of our hand. It's not like that. India's home dominance is even more special because they don't play in fixed venues. That's
Okay,
what
that's one
I'm
way to
saying.
look at it. Yeah, fair. That's a fair point.
Shuk was, I don't know. Exactly, that's what I'm saying. So don't take it for granted. And Ashwin and Jadeja, when we talk about, and beautifully, a lot of people, even Tamim Iqbal, Bangladesh's opener, he was on broadcast. He said that probably Ashwin and Jadeja are as big match winners as Virat and Rohit for India in tests.
Tests
I wouldn't
maybe
argue
over
with
the
that.
recent times they are bigger, na. I mean, if
Yeah,
you look at
absolutely.
it,
if you look at that pro-COVID, after COVID period, these two, Jadeja and Ashwin, they have been scoring hundreds. They have been taken.
forget Jadeja, yaar. Ashwin has like some 139 wickets to Jadeja's 56 in that
Exactly, that is
post-COVID
what I'm
period
saying.
at home.
No, I'm saying that they have been picking wickets, they have been scoring runs, they have been taking catches. So they have been doing everything
Yeah.
that you need to do
Yeah.
and to win a test match. Whereas Virat
Simple
Kohli,
question to both
whereas
of you.
Virat Kohli, he has a test average of 24 in last 3-4 years.
This is overall.
This is overall.
Like, not just at home.
No, overall.
Overall.
I think
He has scored 200
I think he has found
in last 5
home
years.
conditions more difficult than overseas conditions. If you see the way he
So
batted in
Virat
South
Kohli-
Africa.
But that is what
At
I'm
the start of
saying.
the
That
year.
Virat
our
Kohli's
our
overall
players don't
test
spin
average,
as
overall
good
test
as they
average
were.
before the COVID pandemic struck, it was 56 point something. Now it's 49 point something, 48 point something. So it's going down, zipping down. Because, and these top order batters, you drop Pujara, he's out of test team. You drop Rahane, he's out of test team.
Yeah.
I will ask questions of Virat Kohli also. If you're not scoring runs, move away. Make way for someone who can score runs. If Gill can come and bat at number 3, if Jaiswal can open,
And that is the exact point, yeah. That questions should always stay there. When you were defending
No.
So
So
there's a different.
how can you question R. Ashwin for what he has done over the years? Tell me.
you can't.
No,
but I am
you,
saying
you give
that
me. My statement was, why are we questioning R. Ashwin?
why shouldn't
He
we?
questioning Virat Kohli
Because
is
he's not scoring
some-
runs.
When was the last time R. Ashwin was not a match winner for India? Tell me.
When India did not select him to play on overseas conditions, and that is what my piece exactly says. That
Okay.
why
So Kinshuk confirmed that it was
Yeah.
his piece.
No, I don't mind that at all.
Yeah.
Why
Yeah, of
would
course,
I
of
mind
course,
that?
of course.
Why am I
Yeah.
hiding that?
Go
It's
for
got a
it, go
byline
for
on
it.
My question in that copy was that why do India keep dropping Ashwin whenever a selection conundrum arises.
Because they have riches.
No,
they have,
They have riches, but if Ashwin
it is the same.
was our
If-
out and out number one match winner,
No, this
then he's the number
see,
one person
I'll
on
give
the
you,
team
I will
sheet,
give you
right?
an example. So, if you look at Test cricket's best or performing fast bowling duo, Anderson and Broad will rank, right? Whenever they came to India, one of them
One
is
of them
there.
got dropped. Exactly. Even Australia also.
Yes, exactly.
Even Australia
It does
also.
not mean that they are. It does not make them less of a cricketer.
It does
That
not
is
get brought
exactly
up
what
even
my
that
point.
much.
Oh,
Yeah.
who says? So Stuart Broad went and cried on open broadcast in the 2022
No, that is what I'm
2020
saying.
series.
So it does not.
That is
make
exactly my point.
It does not make them less of a cricketer.
Yeah.
Good that
Exactly.
you let
So
Saurav
Ash-
speak. And
No, I'm saying how
No,
how,
no,
so
good,
how
good.
will you question?
No, lovely that you did
Questions
not
should
let
be
me
asked.
answer that same answer.
No,
and you
questions
let
should
Saurav
be
do
asked.
it.
Questions
That is
should
your
be asked
bias.
for Ashwin.
If questions should be asked for everyone. Like Saurav is asking for Virat Kohli, that what is happening? Every top
That
batter
is
bar
exactly
Joe Root.
what I'm saying. You lost the last Test series in 2012-13 season, right?
Yeah.
2012 December, I think.
It
was
is,
the last.
yes, to England.
After that, when was the last time Ashwin did not perform well, either with the ball or the bat?
At home, never. At home, he has always done it. So that is the whole point.
Overseas?
Overseas, again, that WTC final 21 did not do it. But again, you can argue that the weather wasn't there, the conditions weren't there, and then he gets dropped for the 2023 final, where
Yeah.
ideally the conditions were there.
I'd say yes, you can argue that way, but I'd say it's an unfortunate thing that sometimes, Ashwin Jadeja is a better fielder. He gets the nod ahead of him.
But
And
if-
both of them have had this discussion that, okay, we used to compete at one point of time, but now we have learned to look past it. Now we are learning from each other. Now we are enjoying each other's success.
But you know what? This is the Chris Woakes argument for me. So Chris Woakes, unquestionably one of England's greatest ever seamers.
Yeah,
Right?
absolutely.
When did he last travel to India?
Yeah, I don't remember that. I think he came just for IPL. He did not play at
And
a
that's a
series.
specific thing that he discusses, that I don't want to go outside of the country. And this is for the first time I think England are going to travel somewhere. I think Pakistan for
Yeah,
the
they're
next
going
3
to
test
Pakistan.
matches.
And he's there.
And Woakes
He's
is
there.
there, which kind of shocked me, that why has he decided to come on here? And it's kind of that argument for me, that why do players like Ashwin, why do BCCI or the Indian team find a way to drop Ashwin, even though if a lot of people argue and the numbers argue that he's the greatest ever test spinners that we have had.
Maybe
My
because
question is only that.
like Ashwin after this test match came out and said that I have been taking my batting more seriously now in the last 3-4 years. Earlier,
You used to put pressure on himself too
Jadeja's
much.
batting gave him an edge over Ashwin. Even now, Jadeja is a better batter if you ask me. And that is why maybe Jadeja was picked over Ashwin,
But
because
how
he was
many
picking only one
times has
spinner.
that cost us in overseas test in crunch
Very
matches?
few times. Very few
No,
times.
the latest
You have lost
examples we have to
overseas
give,
tests
na?
not because of your bowlers, but because of your batters. Most of the times. And you find scapegoats, you drop Ashwin, you don't drop Ashwin, it doesn't matter.
When Steve Smith and Travis Head were scoring centuries for fun against us in the WTC final in the first innings, that's not a bowling failure.
Of course, very rarely I'm saying.
वही मैं बोल रहा हूँ कि मतलब in crunch moments I think that if I have my best batter or my best bowler, he plays in all conditions. That's my only argument.
So many times former players have said, probably instead of picking a dibbly-dobbly all-rounder, go for your best team, go stick with your strengths, play 2 spinners. I think India did that once in Lords and it backfired, and
Yeah,
they have
it
never
backfired.
and they have never kind of stuck to that day again. And it's very, very, very difficult for a spinner to get used to those overseas conditions. Even Kumble took a lot of time before he found success overseas.
That is why I am calling for a change in
And
WTC
you know what?
setup.
And you know what?
Let's come there, yeah.
You know what? I was looking at one thing yesterday. I was reading an article and it said that have Australia won a test series in India? Have they ever won a test series in India?
Yeah,
When?
2004?
been a while.
Okay, one. India have won 2 test series in Australia. Okay. But still, people will not come and question Australia. Like Pat Cummins, he's won everything. He's won everything. But people will come and question Rohit Sharma, Virat Kohli. You have not won a test series in South Africa. No, you did not win a test series in New Zealand. So there is this mentality. And even when I remember when we last won a test series in Australia, when Pant hit those winning runs at Gaba, you could see Gavaskar was so emotional. He gave a long speech. He narrated the entire journey and how he was so proud of this team because they won in Australia. I do not see an Australian cricketer coming out and saying this when this team loses in India, when the Australian team loses in India. They don't come and then berate these teams. So there is this mentality difference also.
Yeah.
where we always rate our success and our failures on the basis of how we perform in Sena conditions, whether in South Africa, England, New Zealand, or Australia.
Yeah.
It's not the same for the other teams. Like they're subcontinent. If we win a test match, it's good for us.
Yeah.
It's over. Khatam. We don't want to win a test series. England created so much hype. They won the first test in Hyderabad, and after that they lost the test series. But it's okay.
Yeah.
We learned so much. We are a brave team. It's over. It's over. That is how it works.
But Pakistan has been giving them opportunities to win subcontinent.
That is what happens. So you come to Pakistan, you win a test series, and then you have to tour India, and you think, oh, Pakistan ko hara diya, India ko to hara denge. But what happens? You get a reality check.
Yeah.
England got it.
That was
Simple
always
question to both of you.
going to happen.
Simple question to both of you.
Yeah.
Is R. Ashwin one of the greatest all-rounders in Test cricket?
Absolutely. His performances speak for it. The stats speak for it. How many players have scored 6 test hundreds, pick up 500 plus test wickets? How many players have done that? I can't remember even one after Ashwin. He's the only one with 6 test hundreds. Leave 600. How many of them have
How
scored
many
3?
will take 500 wickets in the first place? Hundreds
I'm asking
if you
you.
are going to leave away.
See, if you have picked 500 test wickets, you are an elite bowler. Whether you have picked in India or away, it doesn't matter. You pick 500 test wickets. Now narrow it down and see how many of those players who have picked 500 test wickets have actually scored 1 test 100, leave 6 test 100.
Correct.
This itself answers that how great has Ashwin been for us. And especially after the COVID period, when your top order, a batter like Virat Kohli did not perform. Pujara was dropped because he did not perform. Rahane has been dropped. Vihari, I don't know why he was dropped.
Yeah.
Nobody knows.
Nobody knows. Even Vihari does not know that.
उसको नंबर 3 पे खिलाया ना बीच में.
3 पे खिलाया, number 5 पे
Open भी
खिलाया.
करा, I
Opening
think,
he has done everything. And then he was dropped.
I think it's been beautifully said by Ashwin himself,
Yeah.
He said that a couple of years ago, I wanted to prove a point to everyone who questioned me. But I don't know why he was, as in there were questions about his performances in Sena. But if you look at it over the last 4-5 years, he has just been trying to enjoy his game. He also knows that he's probably in the fag end of his career.
I was
he
looking
might
at
have
some numbers before.
And even that BGT in Australia,
Yeah.
that Melbourne test, he looked like a completely different bowler there. He looked like Labuschagne and Smith were had no clue in that first spell when Shastri said Ashwin ko ball de do, something like that.
Yeah, it happened.
A little bit of moisture on the pitch, and he worked beautifully. He worked them out beautifully. I think that's kind of changed it. He has never been shying away from learning new things, trying out new things. His action was questioned. He was trying to bowl doosras and leg spin. That was also questioned. But he has kind of let it go, I think. He has learned to let it go over the last 4-5 years.
He's enjoying his cricket right now. That is what he's doing.
With that, we also tend to overlook Jadeja. He has been a phenomenal test cricketer. And when these two leave, I think then we'll feel the vacuum.
Somebody tweeted
Yeah.
that Ashwin and Jadeja are cheat code. You have got 2 great bowlers, 2 great batters. That amounts to 4 players. In the current era, when test teams don't have 1 good bowler or 1 good batter, India have 2 all-rounders who do everything.
And Gambhir beautifully put it before the start of the test season.
It's also I don't know if it's a lucky thing or an unlucky thing that the peak of these 2 players have come at the fag end of their career. Ashwin the bowler and Ashwin the batter is much above what Ashwin was as a bowler and as a batter in the earlier part of his test
Ashwin
career.
used to take 5 wickets, 6 wickets.
Maybe-
Also fun.
Just let me explain.
Yeah.
His away record. His away record. I think I was looking at in the first 16 test matches away in Sena, he's got some 9 wickets. And now out in the next 13 whatever, he's got 45 wickets after that. Plus batting, we are already seeing. Jadeja's batting development is also very recent. He was a top bowler, but the fact that he can contribute extremely well with the bat when India need bailing out is something different.
I think we need to credit Anil Kumble a little bit here. I think he was one of the first coaches who really wanted them to bat at number 5, number 6, number 6, number 7. 2016, 17.
Yes.
And he made it clear that probably I would want to see them as all-rounders. Even now, you think about, we need KL Rahul but I would say play Ashwin, play Jadeja at home. You have 3 fast bowlers, 3 spinners, go knock them around, knock them out. Don't you think?
No, so
Even
he's
if you
saying you drop KL Rahul and play Akshar Patel. That is what he's saying.
Play number 6.
So then you have Siraj, Bumrah, Akash Japi, your pacer, Ashwin, Jadeja and Akshar as your bowlers, plus spinners, plus 3 batters.
I know you're worried about.
Akshar is also that Ashwin mold player whom we find ways to drop.
Yeah,
of course. Yeah, but I can understand where Akshar The Aksar is in the era where he's competing with two of these. You can't drop these two players.
But he did do very well in the Australia series, right? In
Exactly.
Australia
The
beat
same
it.
with
There's
Kuldeep.
no doubting.
The same with
There's
Kuldeep.
Kuldeep.
Kuldeep picks a 5-wicket haul, he gets dropped.
Yeah.
Not because
Any other team would have lapped Kuldeep up as their first spinner, first choice
Definitely.
spinner. But he has to compete with this. But I'm saying, I know that India are looking at Australia and they need a solid number 6. But I have a feeling that Jadeja can do the job for you. He has
Jadeja
done
will
it
do
in
the
England.
job. Absolutely, why not?
He has done it in. So that probably gives you the option to play an extra spinner also if you want. You can rotate your bowlers around those 2 spinners. Pick 3 seamers. Considering that you won't have a fast bowling all-rounder this time. You never know. Shardul Thakur might do well and come back. Hardik Pandya is already... We reported saying that he's going to play the Ranji Trophy this season.
Yeah.
So, you never know.
So when you're talking about number 6, number 7, why not talk about our new number 5?
New number 5.
Rishabh
RP.
Comeback Pant.
Yes.
Mr. Comeback. What
How
a
did-
comeback.
How did KL Rahul find a way to bat below Rishabh Pant in Test cricket? I don't understand.
I think he
He's
was
not
batting
key.
at number 5.
Is it,
wasn't he?
is it a left-right thing? What is
No.
it?
They were 2 left-handers when he was sent in. But I think they want Pant to take up that number 5 role. It's quite clear from the way.
No, Pant revealed after the test match that
That
he had a
he-
long chat with Rohit Sharma where he told Rohit Sharma that when I'm batting at number 5, I have got a chance to score more runs because a batter is going to come next. So now I can score freely. But when I'm batting
that's
at,
a very-
batting at number 6, I have a tail-ender coming. So I have to bat with more cautious approach where I know that I might score a 70-80 but scoring 100 is a tough thing for me.
No offense to KL Rahul.
Yeah.
But if I am batting in the middle and I'm seeing Jadeja next in line, I'll feel more confident.
वही मैं सोच रहा था. We are arguing about that batting reaches that we have till Ashwin.
Yeah.
And now our
No,
man is...
that is what Pant revealed that his chat with Rohit Sharma
नहीं,
transferred.
ठीक है, that's actually
You know,
a very good point.
KL Rahul is going to prove both of you wrong.
When?
I did not
During-
say anything
when?
against KL
During the
Rahul.
Australia series.
Waiting, do it.
Yeah.
No
I
problem, it is good for us. Do it.
See, I did
Couple of
not
hundreds
see.
there.
I will tell you one simple thing. I will not say anything wrong. I will state the facts. How many test matches has KL Rahul played?
More than 40, I'm
He has
sure.
played 50 test matches since his debut. India has played 94 test matches in that. So this man has missed 44 test matches. Okay. Still, whenever he gets fit, he's recalled back in the test side. What is his test average?
Oh,
Be
test
around
average
70.
is very bad. Yeah.
36.
36.
But
So-
then Rohit also backed him. Na? Rohit said that ki every player has an up and down phase going on. KL Rahul is
You know-
mostly down.
You know
but
what?
we have
I
to
will
back
tell you.
him.
So, I don't know. Gambhir said it, I think. Or Virat said it. I don't know who said it. Or no, sorry, Ravi Shastri said it. The day KL Rahul realizes the amount of talent and potential he has, he will become a different player. When will he realize that?
He's like some 31, 32.
He
already,
made
na?
his test debut along with Joe Root.
पता है,
Joe Root is an all-time test great now. Where is KL Rahul? And you're questioning us. Go and question your KL Rahul.
Go and question yourself. Look inward. Always this CSK agenda. Shardul आ गया बीच में conversation में. I don't even know where Shardul came from.
You need a pacer who can bat.
Talking about 6 test centuries did not mention MS Dhoni. I don't know.
Oh, MS Dhoni.
I don't
has
know
never
why
got-
these things
Okay,
happen.
so when you're talking about Rishabh Pant and MS Dhoni, who is a better test wicketkeeper?
See, there is
Test
no,
wicketkeeper, you are
there's no
comparing
doubt
people
about
with
that.
MS Dhoni.
Yeah.
There's no doubt about that.
Dhruv Jurel and MS Dhoni compare करो ना.
No.
And now you are stretching it.
No,
Now you are stretching
this
it.
is not done. This is not done.
Dhruv Jurel ran.
See, numbers speak for themselves.
Yeah.
Rishabh is miles ahead of MS Dhoni as a test cricketer. But I would look at a very different picture when you talk about MS Dhoni, the test wicketkeeper.
Yeah.
Before MS Dhoni, who was your test wicketkeeper?
There were 6-7 different wicketkeepers in a series of 15 test matches.
Before MS Dhoni, you just saw wicketkeepers.
Yeah.
If you are a good wicketkeeper, you get into the team. You bat at number 8, you bat at number 9, you bat
Yeah,
at number
yeah.
7, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
That guy kind of changed what India were doing. He brought
Okay.
India
So
to...
I have
yeah.
one question. When did Parthiv Patel made his test debut?
Before MS.
Dinesh Karthik?
Before MS.
Okay. Why did he not play more than 20 test matches?
Because MS came back.
And how many runs has
runs
MS
did
scored in
MS
test
score?
matches?
7,000.
4,500 runs in 90 test matches.
Yeah.
What is his test average?
Batting at number 7, what can you expect?
अरे तू बोल ना पहले. तू बैटिंग नंबर
पूछ रहे हो, बताओ ना.
42.
Test
Around
average
40.
36. 36 point something.
Same as KL Rahul.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ashwin has scored 600. Pant has scored 600.
Where has Ashwin batted? Number 3 most of the time.
Okay. Ashwin is a bowler. You call him a bowler. Now he's becoming an all-rounder.
Who
Pant has
is
played-
arguing
Yeah.
that Dhoni is a great wicketkeeper batter in tests? No one is arguing. I am not arguing at least.
So what are you
90 matches
arguing?
खेला
I
हुआ
am
है,
saying we
Yeah.
need to look at the way that Dhoni came into the test team. What were the KRAs required for a test wicketkeeper at that time?
You just keep a wicket. You don't know how to. Even if you don't know how to score a run,
Yeah.
you're there.
You
inside.
you have to hold one end, probably bat with VVS Lakshman and give him the time to score his hundreds, to punish Australian bowlers. Pant has seen how the image has changed over the years. And Pant is cut out for test cricket. I would say Pant is more suitable for test cricket than he is at the moment for limited overs.
Absolutely right. Now
But I am
will tell
saying-
you.
I am
will tell you-
saying-
Yeah.
Pant is far better than MS Dhoni in
Okay.
test cricket.
So I have one point. So Rishabh Pant gets picked in the ODIs and T20I sides because he has a better test record. I'm telling you. Same with MS Dhoni. MS Dhoni
Yeah.
played
Yeah,
test
correct.
cricket all his life because he was a better ODI cricketer.
Correct.
Yeah.
Correct.
That is how Indian selection works.
And
Which
the
is
moment
wrong.
MS saw Ridhiman Saha, he retired.
Oh, did MS Dhoni run away?
No.
In an overseas test?
Yeah,
too,
someone
no?
claimed it in the couple of episodes
No,
before.
this happened.
Yeah, of course.
And he handed over test. Oh, 25 है विराट कोहली. ले लो
Yeah,
कैप्टन से ले लो. मेरे से नहीं हो पाएगा.
Groomed him for like 5 years.
Groomed
before
him.
that.
Middle
Or
of the
was
Australia test
he
season.
afraid of Virat Kohli's rising aura in test cricket? As a batter, as a leader?
No, let's be very honest in assessing MS
Wild
Dhoni.
allegations.
Yeah, let's be very honest in
Yeah.
assessing MS Dhoni.
Yeah.
If you slip a line, you know what will happen.
No,
I'm not saying.
I don't care.
No, I'm
Let's
saying we
state
should be
facts.
honest. We should be honest.
Yeah,
in
we'll be
assessing.
honest. I'll be honest.
It's very unfair to say
See,
MS Dhoni
I-
ran away from test
No,
cricket.
I'm not saying
Right.
run away.
Huh.
Something like this happened. That is what I'm saying.
Then that is-
if you talk about MS Dhoni, see, I will mention one thing.
Yeah.
So MS Dhoni, I think, is the only Indian captain to win a Test series in New Zealand. He was the captain who took you to #1 ranking in Test side.
No.
Maze.
Yeah,
won
he was the
maze.
first. He was the first Indian captain.
But he brought it down to number 7 also, I think.
No, that is a different debate.
Oh.
No, first let's talk about the positives. Okay. Then MS Dhoni was an all-format captain and wicketkeeper.
Yeah.
Okay. So there was this pressure. I agree with everything. But my simple point is,
What are we arguing now?
I'll
Is
tell
Pant
you.
better than Dhoni? Yes.
okay, so you have agreed.
I have never
I
had
rest
any
my
doubts.
case here. I rest
I
my
have
case
never
here.
had any doubts about
No,
it.
yesterday you were saying something else.
I never said Pant is
Kingship
not
told
better
me
than MS.
It is extremely like a 26-year-old Pant almost nearing
Of course.
Dhoni's record already, matching him in centuries.
Are we not
climbing
seeing
in
that
runs.
Pant is probably a generational talent in Test cricket? Let's not talk about only wicketkeeper batters. He can be a greatest. He can evolve into a greatest batter alone.
Leave greatest batter. I am seeing him as our future Test captain.
Of course. Why not?
If he can set the field for Bangladesh, he can definitely set the field for India and win Test matches.
Yeah.
Can't he?
Federer once said
Yeah.
in 2022, I think.
Yeah.
He said, "I don't like putting incredible pressure on youngsters. It kind of weighs them down." Pant has just come back from a horrible phase. He has got a very good Test 100. Let us enjoy him. Like
Absolutely.
Let us enjoy that.
Even he himself,
God sent.
I think you did that copy where he said that he wants to create his own legacy.
Of course, he wants to create his own legacy, and if he continues this way, he'll probably match the likes of Gilchrist and all of them. Let's not.
But you know one thing, one hot take that I have. Generational cricketers should never become captain.
Virat Kohli became a captain. He became a successful Test captain.
One of those rare incidents where you can see him shining in all formats. But the current roster and the current pressure of crickets that we have, I think
that is what I'm saying.
For a free soul spirit like Pant, let him do what he does.
You know what? This is what I'm saying. That Rishabh Pant can be your Test captain. Now, I have said earlier in this podcast, I said that he gets picked up in ODIs and Test T20Is because of his Test record.
Especially T20Is.
No, don't play him in ODIs and T20Is.
T20I must
ODI
ODI
is kind of
we need.
feeling his
I'm
place
telling
there.
you why. Because you have got players who can fill in, and they have so many wicketkeepers lined up.
KL Rahul.
KL Rahul, Sanju Samson, Dhruv Jurel, Jitesh Sharma, so Ishan Kishan. So we have got so many options. Don't overburden him with pressure.
3 formats,
And he
at
has to
least
play
2
IPL.
teams.
And
He has to play IPL.
especially in this Test season,
Yeah.
keep him away from white ball for
Because
a
having, this is like God-given thing. Having a Test wicketkeeper who can score runs for you, win you matches, change the game from
set
any
field
point of
for
time.
opposition. Yeah.
It is God-given.
Yeah.
Just accept it,
Not
embrace
just
it.
bat well. He kind of demoralizes any teams. On
Yeah,
that day,
he's so
Yes.
choppy.
and you know what?
He bats them
his
out.
defense is very underrated. When we talk
Yes,
about Virendra
exactly.
Sehwag, People say that okay, he comes and throws his bat around. Never. If you had seen
No,
his
no.
matches properly, he had a watertight defense in Test cricket.
Yes, absolutely.
He
And
also had a
Pant-
method to his madness. Yeah.
Of course, Pant.
Exactly.
Day before yesterday, people were saying, "Oh, Pant's defense is great." Didn't they see Gawa Test? Didn't they see
They don't
Sydney
remember
Test?
things. Didn't they see the old
watertight-
test?
Yeah, exactly. He is one of the most technically right batter. He tries those shots. He wants to release pressure by playing those shots. When he played that scoop shot of Anderson, he said that was probably the safest shot at that moment. Anderson was swinging it around. So I'll play it between the keeper and the slip. That's thinking.
Yeah.
That's how he thinks.
He's
But
unconventional.
unconventional,
like your
but he's
MS Dhoni
technically
was.
solid.
Yes.
I don't know whether MS was... He was not a
As
technically
a
gifted batter.
MS Dhoni, as a wicketkeeper, he always says that I was unconventional.
Yeah.
I
Even
was
as
not
a batter-
your natural wicketkeeper.
Even as a batter,
Yeah.
you wouldn't textbook... He was not textbook. The
But
coaches
he-
wouldn't say
he,
bat like
he
that.
got the job done for you. That is what matters.
But Pant is more technical.
yes, exactly.
I'm saying he's
And
technically
Pant
more
is one
correct.
of those players who can actually go and score 10,000 test runs.
Why not?
Why not?
Why not?
I think someone said during the
He's
broadcast
only
in the
getting
first
better.
test
He's just 26 years old.
Yeah.
8 years at least he has got.
that Pant will become the greatest wicketkeeper batter in... Someone during the first
Gilchrist
test.
said it.
DK.
DK also said
DK
it.
said that he's on course.
Whoever it
Gilchrist
was.
said that he bats
Yeah.
with a more attacking approach than I used to bat.
Gilchrist,
Obviously, 20 years ago, times have changed, but still, Gilchrist saying it for Pant, it means a lot.
But the demoralizing effect that you're talking about at number 6 and 7 is something that I have craved for India since Gilchrist's time. Like when
Yes.
India used to go play there, if you see Gilchrist coming out at number 7, you're like, your all hawa went out. You're like, God, please have mercy. Let him get out.
Mahi Chennai test. Yaad hai,
Arre,
double
फिर
100.
Maya.
Number
I
6,
understand your
number
emotions.
7.
Chennai, CSK.
Yeah, but let him go. Let the 4,500 man go. There is no point.
4,500 man go.
There is no point.
The only Indian captain to win all IC trophies.
Yeah, I think that's where we confuse.
Kapil Dev also won all ICC trophies because there was only one then.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yes.
क्या ये कोई लॉजिक है 3 जीता है ठीक है अच्छी बात है
उसके बाद नहीं जीते ना आप. It took you like how many years? 10 years for an IC. अभी जीते. You won somehow. बस. So see,
Surya Kumar catch.
MS Dhoni limited overs credentials, absolute legend, world class. Test,
Some people
not
argue
there.
T20 cricket
अभी
also.
देखो
Let them go.
अभी देखो चैंपियंस ट्रॉफी विल विन ठीक है and then I can't believe we won't win WWDC final for the 3rd time in a row. We'll win it.
If you qualify.
Arey, of course we are qualifying. What do you mean we are
What
not
if we
qualifying?
lose to New Zealand
71%
and
win
Australia?
percentage.
Seeing Ravindra bat in Gal
And then lose the test match.
and then lose a test match.
That guy can play spin, man.
Yeah.
And can get out also
Holy hell,
when the
yeah.
ball is not spinning.
Hey, let's take home dominance for granted this season.
Yeah.
India are gonna win. at
5-0.
home. 5-0.
2 against Bangladesh, 3 against New Zealand. And then we go all chill. हाँ अब तो जीत गए अब तो पहुंच गए WTC final.
Rohit
Yeah.
will also have that 3 trophy.
I hope. Fingers crossed. We all want that to happen.
When did he win ODI World Cup?
अरे चैंपियंस जीतेगा ना.
Oh.
So
50
he's saying
overs.
T20 World Cup, Champions Trophy and WTC.
Yeah.
3 sets.
Different setup.
3
Yeah,
sets.
I'm also happy that Shubman Gill is evolving into a good number 3 batter. As in, like, he has his own methods. But
You know,
like we discussed,
I have my concern
in the last
with Shubman
episode-
Gill. I will tell you what.
At number 3 or in general?
In general.
In general. Okay.
And that concern is because, second innings is all good. But a team like Bangladesh will give you a chance to come back in second innings. If you fail in first innings and you're not able to do the job as number 3 batter, then it's going to be a lot more trouble for this Indian bat lineup in Australia. So you have to improve your first innings records also. You just can't live on that second innings glory. Great. All that is great. You're scoring in second innings. What if you get knocked out in the first innings also? You get knocked out for 26.
what if you're getting bowled out for 36 years?
Exactly. So you have to score runs in first innings.
But it's good signs, a young batter.
Because, absolutely, he has been phenomenal in second innings.
Yeah.
But the way he got out in the first innings, poking a leg stump, wide of leg stump delivery, you can't do that. I'm sorry.
That is such a Babar Azam dismissal.
No, so the fans call him India ka Babar Azam hai kya ye?
Nah. But yeah, you know what? Like with Shubman Gill specifically, it's a new role. He's played like 4 series now in that number 3 role.
England was the first series, right?
Oh,
no, West Indies.
West Indies, South Africa.
Since the
England,
time
and now.
Yashasvi came back.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
So, ठीक है, he's got like some 300s and 350s or something, 450s or something like that there. And it's fine. It's fine for a start. The first 12 innings or 13 innings, I think he did not have any score to show for. And from England, he has been doing it. So I think India will ideally back him for that position at least till the WTC final.
Absolutely.
And then we'll
India
see.
should back him. My only concern is India backs him and he scores in first innings. I rest my case there. I don't need any problem. I have no problem after that. Your second innings scores great. First innings में run मारो, सब बात खत्म वहीं पे. As simple as that.
Before we go,
Yeah.
prediction for the second test, and we have to credit Bangladesh for what they did.
Yeah.
A decent test match.
Yeah.
More competitive than the England test match. How England played in India. But do you think they can pose any trouble in Kanpur if the pitch is probably a bit more spin friendly?
See, before the test series started, sitting at the same place, I had said all Bangladesh can win in India is sessions. They won 2 sessions in India. In the first test, they will win 1 or 2 more sessions in the Kanpur.
Yeah.
That is what they will win. They are not going to pose any challenge to Indian team. I'm sorry.
But if Bangladesh can get their selection right, like say for example, Shakib goes out,
Bring
Taijul comes in.
Bring in
Shakib was
bring in
very
Nathan Leon if you can. And you're not winning a test match in Kanpur. I'm telling you, Bangladesh.
Yeah.
Your batters don't. Zakir Hassan and Sadmam Islam are their openers. They have been playing for last 4 years. How many 50s have they both scored in combined? 350s.
350.
How
Total
can
across the
Yes,
world.
in Test cricket.
Oh Lord.
Both of them.
Yeah.
That is very bad.
5 years.
And the most disappointing aspect of it is Shakib. Like even Tamim Iqbal was saying in the broadcast that when you're a senior player, you can't be standing with deep mid wicket,
Yeah, he was not there.
deep cover, and you dropped a catch, yes, of course. But you should be the one coming forward and telling your bowlers, okay, bowl this. You have had experience of playing. He was coming back from the county championship experience. He picked the 9 wickets there. But being laid back, I don't know what is going wrong with. Probably he's not clicking with the bat. With the ball, he's just feeding Rishabh Pant and Shubman Gill. It's kind of disappointing to see that kind of effort. When you come to a place like India, you need your top players to be at their top form, right?
You know what? I'll tell
Form,
you
attitude, most
Attitude.
important.
I'll tell
importantly,
you one
attitude.
simple thing. Shakib is past his prime. Bangladesh need to accept it and move on.
No, maybe Shakib needs to accept it and move on.
No, but Bangladesh have to take the call. Shakib is not the one who should be taking the call. If you want your test team or any team to improve.
But Shakib can.
I know Shakib can. But as a test team, Shanto is the captain. I know Shanto is a young captain. They have a new BCB regime right now. They should take calls. Hathar Singh is the coach. If your players are not performing, I'm not saying throw him out. Have a conversation with that guy. Say,
No, it's not about not performing. So Shakib did perform in Pakistan.
yes, that's
He
what I'm
did
saying.
well. But if you have an injury, if you have a shoulder issue, if an eye issue, sit this test out.
You know,
have
that
options.
is what I'm saying. Pakistan, mein anybody can perform. You are Shakib Al Hasan. You should perform in India.
Yeah.
That is what my concern is. You are a generation cricketer. You have been a world number 1 test all-rounder for like 5 years, 6 years. If you don't perform, please sit and make way for a young cricketer.
Mahedi hai, Mehdi hai. So many people.
There's so many players. Taijulu khilao will bowl better than, at least bowl better if not bad.
Okay. Once again, taking home dominance for granted.
Yeah.
Tell me how long the Kanpur test will last.
3 days.
3 days.
And I want Kuldeep to play ahead of Bumrah. I want Bumrah to rest in that test.
Okay, yeah. Before, what changes? Like, we were a little surprised when Bumrah was named in the squad, but probably he'll travel with the team. But I think that he shouldn't play.
I think he shouldn't be rested. And Kuldeep should play. Home ground hai. And he deserves that call.
So you're playing 3 spinners.
Yes, 3 spinners.
But also, one of the things is that if you're not bowling in huge chunk of spells, maybe Bumrah can play. If you're saying that third day final session the match ends,
that is also
then ideally he can play as well.
But I will rest him here. I will play him 1 or 2 test matches against New Zealand.
Yeah.
And then we'll see what happens in Australia.
That is what we thought, right? Till he was named in the squad.
Yes.
KL at number 6 for you guys. One more opportunity.
They will give him one more opportunity.
No,
One more? Give him more opportunities. If you think that
You know,
he's your mind to save in
when you're talking
Australia,
about KL, you know what?
make
I
him
was
bat.
very shocked when India declared. Why will you declare when KL is batting? Let him score runs, get that confidence back. You have to play in Australia.
Yeah, I was a little surprised with the declaration call because probably they looked at the weather in Chennai. But in Chennai, when was the last time when a match
All
was
those
rained out?
Weather predictions.
Think that Virender Sehwag, when he was chasing some 280, 290 against
it was
Australia.
19 years ago, 18, 19 years ago. So
global warming.
Yeah, so I think they should have given
KL
batters
Rahul-
more opportunity.
he scored 20 runs.
Yeah,
Let him bat, score a 50. Get that confidence.
Kanpur test. I think Kanpur test it happens.
Kanpur test number 4, KL Rahul. Can we see him at
Okay, so
number
you want
4?
Virat to be rested. Point noted.
Yeah, but yeah.
करना चाहिए.
So 3 days for you.
Same. At max 4th day first session.
I think Bangladesh will fight better than what they did in Chennai.
Okay. And then what will they do?
4th day. It's going to the end of the fourth
See,
day.
if Kuldeep plays, then that Ashwin first innings, no wickets will not happen. and that is what essentially Bangladesh will have to face. That they are at the risk of getting all out much earlier if Kuldeep plays. And also we are arguing that one batter less in Shakib and Taijul comes into bowl. So the batting lineup is shortened.
No, they
anyway.
will not drop Shakib because Shanto came and backed him.
Injury hoga to kar dega drop.
That is a different debate.
Yeah, but there were but let's see. But I think Bangladesh will fight better than what they did in Chennai.
Yeah.
Because it was their second innings batting was also decent before they collapsed on day 4 morning. But yeah, it should be 2-0. But a better fight. Some team come and give a better fight. Yeah. Like
I don't
someone
care.
come.
Yeah.
Kane
As long as
Williamson.
we win,
Kane Williamson is listening
Kane
to
Williamson,
this. 600.
I should not say this.
Getting bored
but
of the home domination.
He's a home test bully.
Yeah, home test, yeah.
See what he's done in Sri Lanka.
Step down the track.
Kane Mama, yeah.
They step down the track and
India
did
में
well.
ना IPL में बोलो he will score runs.
Where are they playing? Have the venues been? The venues are decided, no?
Yeah.
But where are they playing?
Gal. They wasn't. Now they. As in, I have to check that in India.
Yeah, check that. We'll get back to that after we
discuss.
Bangladesh.
Bangladesh. But yeah.
Bangladesh to Bangladesh, not whitewash. Yeah.
Bangladesh. 2-0 in Pakistan and 2-0 in India. Good.
Yeah. That was win, this is loss.
Yeah. But yeah, we'll rope in our listeners and viewers as well. We had 2 major discussion points, right? One is that home dominance and Ashwin-Jadeja. And the other one where we all agreed that Rishabh is better. We need to get our viewers and listeners' thoughts also on that. If you're listening to this on Google Podcast and Spotify, please do rate us. And you can send in your feedback on 8588 966 996. You can also write to us on pods@indiatoday.com. And yes, we will be getting to Kanpur in a couple of days' time. And hopefully another dominant India win. And we'll join you back after the second test. Thank you. Have a great week.